Welcome to Game of Roses. I'm Chad Kulchin, and I'm going to be going through right now the 10-minute video that the Traitors US put up of Chanel Ion and Tony Vlachos, their reactions to their eliminations, their murder and banishment, and their reactions to the reveal of who were the traitors that made these decisions. Let's take a look.
You killed me, bitch! Game on, bitch. I think I was killed because I'm fabulous.
I agree. I don't watch many of the Housewives programs. I don't watch the one that Ian is from, but from the second she was on screen, I was like, I have to see more of her. I wanted her to make it to the very end. Obviously, we saw in the last one of these, Wells Adams made the prediction that Ian would make it to the very end of the game. Once again, proven wrong, proven that he knows nothing about this game. But I was very disappointed. Again, I know almost nothing about her, but just from what I did see of her in the Traitors, she's electric. She is a reality TV star, and I'm very sad that she's no longer with us.
So these bitches are just killing housewives. I just figured that out. Everybody's jealous of a housewife.
I'm heartbroken. I got banished, but I didn't get murdered. So I'm still alive, here to talk to you about it.
My son said, Mom.
But that's telling. It's like the Traitors are banishing housewives at this point, right? I guess, or murdering housewives. Tony Vlachos is a gamer, a very good one, who is a Survivor champion. And it's those people, it's the high-level gamers that usually get taken out, at least this season, and so far this season, by the faithful. I think they feel threatened by people who are high-level players in these other, gamer games. Survivor, Big Brother, The Challenge. Maybe we'll see some other entries into that subgenre as well.
You are the worst liar ever. If you're not gonna be killed, the first person, I'll be very proud of you. Guess what, Cookie? Mommy was mad at the third person. I didn't have a strategy. I'm a beauty bitch. I am not a thinking bitch. I think I was killed because I'm fabulous. Bob the drag queen, I think he fucking killed me.
Even this it's gold. Like, I know, Traitors is different than Bachelor for sure, in that the producers don't really manipulate these outcomes too much. I think there is some manipulation. We know, for example, that the clock on all of the challenges is 100% fake. It does not exist. They are acting as though it does. So there is some manipulation. But in terms of the outcome of who's getting kicked off, who the Traitors are murdering, I think that is truly left up to the players 100%. So you have a player like Ian, who is obviously hilarious and should be on the screen basically as much as possible, getting eliminated in the very beginning of the game. It's detrimental perhaps to the entertainment of the show, but there's nothing to be done about it, unfortunately. But I mean, she's even in just these clips, we're 52 seconds into this, and she's already absolutely entertaining.
I thought that he's jealous about my looks because a couple of times he'll be like this. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this man? He goes, but I came with a look. I thought I was gonna be the look queen. And I was like, oh shit. He does not want to see me fabulous. I'm the queen of fashion, honey. Game on, bitch.
Usually I talk myself out of a lot of situations.
I like how she's saying game on. It's like, you're no longer in the game. You've been eliminated. The game is actually off for you.
When I'm in the round table, I felt like I was in quicksand. I just kept falling deeper and deeper. So at the beginning of the round table, Alan gave his cryptic clues again by saying trust needs to be earned, not given. So all I'm thinking about is 3 new players came in. You can't just give them their trust, they gotta earn it. So when Rob said what he said, it looked to me like he was trying to earn trust by telling him, oh, I gave Tony a shield. And I'm saying to myself, if these people are smart, they're gonna be like, that's not earning my trust. If you wanna earn my trust, you should have told me you gave him a shield when we asked you at the breakfast table in the morning. That's useless information. In fact, it just shows that you were hiding it from us. You should have just left it alone. You didn't have to say anything. And then Rob felt like he wanted to overshadow everybody else so he can claim that he was the one that took part of getting Tony banished. Or he might be a traitor and he's trying to throw everybody off the scent to try to build trust.
The reason why I'm dead was he used me. I fucking never felt used in my life. He promised me that he was going to give me the shield. I gave him now.
That's interesting what Tony was saying. there are kind of two paths you can take as a traitor early game. One is like what Bob the Drag Queen is doing. Just bold, loud, taking control of situations and trying to manipulate the entire group to, do whatever you want, to set pieces up in an order that will lead you to the end game. I think that is the worst of the two paths that you can take, because I think it calls too much attention to you, and I think you're going to get eliminated very early. The other path is more like what Suri did in season 1, just kind of hanging back, letting stuff develop, being very strategic about who you're eliminating and why, and what that might set up in terms of the psychosocial dynamic of the remaining players, but to never really get out in front of anything. Never be the one who's dropping a name specifically, unless you're doing it during the day when you can kind of walk around and just like drip a little honey in an ear here or there, but never really taking charge at a round table. We saw, when Phaedra did that, for example, she ended up winning that first round table challenge, but eventually it led to her demise. You just, I think as a traitor, you never really want to be in the position of taking control of a roundtable conversation unless it's forced upon you. If somebody's coming at you, then you're well within your rights to make a loud, boisterous defense. But in the beginning, I just don't think you want to do it.
9 coins. Nobody.
And that, by the way, is why I thought what Rob did was actually very well done, because he didn't outright say, Tony, I think you're a traitor. He was just kind of like, look, it just, you didn't come talk to me for the rest of the day, and it just made me think maybe you are. It was a very like non-committal kind of throwing out of a name. I thought it worked pretty well.
else did that, and he went and chose somebody else. What a liar. I'm a supermodel, darling. I ran for you. You need to come and bow down and thank the queen for that.
My high of the game was seeing Jeremy. My low was seeing Carolyn. Before Traitors were picked, she already pegged me as a traitor. And people have no choice to believe Carolyn, because Carolyn wears everything on her sleeve. She cannot hold back a secret. I don't even think that girl can lie. And she made it a public announcement. She said, Tony, I'm so scared of you. You're so deceptive, you're so devious. I was like, I'm screwed. Another Survivor player advocating against me. My reputation and Carolyn did me in.
I don't like the...
I will say this. For the most part, I think whenever a player from any of the subgenres, any of the martial arts in our game of mixed martial arts here, I'm talking about housewives or Bravo celebrities, I'm talking about gamers, I'm talking about love shows, I think is what they call them in here. That's Bachelor, Love Island, Too Hot to Handle, etc. They haven't had any Love is Blind players on here yet, have they? What I'm saying is, if those players turn against each other, if you see a Survivor player turning on a Survivor player, that player, I think, has a better mathematical likelihood of being a traitor than not. Simply because you are looking in this game, when you first come in especially, you are looking for anybody that you can trust. And if there are already social bonds built between you and the people who come from your franchise or your network or your subgenre of game, it gives you kind of an immediate sense of trust with those people. And so if someone within that group turns on another person, I think that is an indicator that that is likely a traitor.
Tattoo girl, Caroline, she kept on asking me if I got a shield all night. And then I kept on drinking red wine, so I don't know if I told her.
I had a few allies. Jeremy, I was good with Nikki, Queen Bob, he was good with me, he was fun.
She's so
That
funny.
was a loose cannon.
If Dylan is the traitor, I am going to be so heartbroken. I like him. He was good to look at. He reminds me of Ted Bundy. You know, Ted Bundy was so pretty, but then he was also a killer. So I just pray to God that he is not the serial killer.
I think the possible traitors are Robin would be my first one. I think Danielle is right up there with Robin. I think Queen Bob and Bob H. Out of those four, I'm pretty sure 2 of them are traitors.
Wow.
And then Rob might be.
He got that dead on. Wow, he got that dead on too. I mean, good on them, or good on them for, you know, allowing the faithful to kick him out at a round table, because he's onto them. I mean, like, he's got them all there.
Your special traitor.
Carolyn's the only one he's not lining up correctly.
Do you want to know who the traitors are?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't think I'm ready to know. I feel like my stomach is literally rumbling. I'm not prepared.
If this is Rob, I'm gonna be sick.
She fucking refuses to even look at it. The entire premise of these videos, she's like, no, I'm not doing that.
I think this is like the first time you feel sex is gonna be wonderful, but it's not.
I'm sick. Dang it! Dang it! That's Rob being Rob, and he's sitting somewhere in a turret right now thinking of who he's gonna murder. And here I am sitting down on the loser's chair.
Rob? I did not see that one coming.
Danielle, I'm not surprised with that at all. At the breakfast table, she was over dramatic.
Yes,
Fireman
agreed.
Jeremy was onto her before I was, and I keep making fun of him. I'm a cop. What are you doing in the castle? This is a crime. Get out of here. He pegged her quick. Danielle, she's not doing a good job. They're onto her.
I agree.
Danielle's gonna be going soon.
Oscar goes to Danielle. God damn it, that bitch played me.
That's interesting. So you have two exactly opposing attitudes about Danielle's performance as a traitor. Ian is like, had no idea. She totally played me. Tony is meanwhile like, she's doing a bad game. People are onto her. And I agree with Tony on this. I think her acting is too over the top. When she's like crying and stuff, it's just too much. It has to be more realistic than that. Because if you're a faithful and you're looking at her and you're like, I'm not crying. Why is she crying? I just think she's going to be eliminated relatively quickly.
Danielle played insecure, very worried. She is damn good. You probably are the best murderous woman I have ever seen. Brava,
What?
brava. I'm not even angry at you.
Bob the
Did she not watch season 1?
drag queen, I had him. He came to me at one point during the game, and he's looking me in the eyes. Tell me, are you a traitor? Are you a traitor? I said, Queen, I'm not a traitor, man. I'm a faithful. Okay, I believe you. And I was like, okay, that's it. That's all it took. From that point on, I was getting suspicious of him. A lot of people are suspecting of him too because he's good at everything he does. He's very well spoken. He's funny. He's done it all.
Bob the drag queen. I'm so used to people being jealous of me, and I knew nobody was gonna kill me because everybody loved my looks. Everybody gave me compliments. You did not get no fucking compliments, and that's why you killed me, bitch.
The fact that we're not going to have her in the game for the rest of the season is just, it's heartbreaking. She's the whole show.
Bitch! And you will never be fabulous as me. He's so lucky that he killed me because my game plan next day, if I was alive, was to call him out. I was going hard on him.
Carolyn, wow. That is crazy. I would have never, ever, ever, ever guessed Carolyn would be a traitor. And nobody in that castle right now will think that. She's a genius. I thought it was just her being reckless, not knowing what's going on, just telling the truth because she can't hide the truth. I underestimated her and I judged the book by its cover, and that's why I'm sitting here right now.
Wow.
I am so proud of her. Carolyn is
Oh, he's saying Carolyn's going to win this game.
going to win this game.
I don't know if she's going to win or not, but I think she's going to make it very far for this exact reason. I think she is completely underestimated, or people don't even know what to make of her, really. It's very hard to gauge what is going on because her, it may just be her personality. I've never seen her on Survivor. I don't know anything else she's been on. I'm just watching this, but she's very erratic. It's hard to like draw a bead on where she's at emotionally or psychologically. So it's hard if you can't tell like what her baseline is. It's very hard to tell if there's any discrepancy in her behavior post becoming a traitor. I agree with what he's saying here. I think that's going to make it very hard for her to be detected by anyone. There may come a time where in a challenge or something, she, does somebody dirty and there will be retribution for that. As long as she kind of like hangs in the background of everything and just keeps playing how she's playing, I agree with what Tony's saying here. I think she's going to go very far. Whether she wins or not is another thing that remains to be seen. But
Caroline, I think she's a better traitor than Bob because
agree.
she's like laying low, pretending like, oh, I don't know what's happening. Do you think they're gonna kill me today? Bitch, you're the one killing. If I have to pick who's going to win, Danielle, just because she's a hot grandmother.
I just don't see it with Danielle. Her and Drag Queen Bob, I think their acting is like, it's too much. Anybody who's like that loud and outrageous, I think they're going to be suspects almost immediately. And I think we're going to see that in the next episode. Obviously, there was that big cliffhanger with Gabby Windy walking in on the Traitor Conclave, but people were already on to Bob and Danielle.
Someone else is coming to see you.
Like right now, that was banished. I swear to God, if it's Tony, I'm gonna cry.
Oh, no.
I put him in a bad fucking position if it's him. I really hope it's not him, because he was so kind to me too, honestly. I got played, I got brainwashed. Since I put his name down, I have not fucking slept, because my heart was telling me to put Bob, the drag queen. I swear to God, I pray.
Now that's a housewife. Just absolute over-the-top tier play. This isn't even in the show. This is just for a little YouTube video, and she's giving 150% here.
It's not him. No! No, I did not want it to be you.
What?
Let me just explain why. I got pulled by
Bob,
the drag queen.
yeah.
And he said to me, everybody is talking about Tony. He's 100% a traitor.
I told you I'm not a traitor. You didn't believe me?
I know, but I'm telling you why. I felt like I was lied to, and I felt immediately at that table that I made a wrong choice. And I should have followed my instincts.
You had nothing to do with me getting banished.
Oh, really?
Nothing.
Why were you banished?
They all wanted me out anyway.
You might not think because I put your name, that was the reason. Me putting your name, immediately when nobody did, I knew I put a target on your back. From the bottom of my heart, I'm sorry.
I appreciate that so much.
So I really want you to know that your wife and your children are very lucky people to have you. And
I mean, that's very nice, and it's a very diplomatic kind of housewifey thing to do. Meanwhile, Tony's sitting there like, yeah, it's just a game. You know, the game players really don't, generally speaking, get too emotionally caught up in any of this. The housewives always do, because as part of the toolkit that a housewife comes with, it is this kind of like very emotional game. If you kick me out of this game or you set me up for failure, it's like a personal thing where they hate you as a person. And here too, this apology seems sincere. She really means no ill will, and she needs Tony to know that.
I want you to know that, like, you're a good man.
Thank you so
And
much.
I'm sorry for killing you. Seriously. I mean it.
So let's go through the names of the traitors, and you give me your thoughts on them. Bob the Queen.
I wish him not to win. It was the fake love.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone was so genuine with their love towards me, and he was doing the fake, and I hate it. What do you think about it?
So exactly, that's the housewife thing. Hates that he was being fake to her. That's the whole game that you're playing here, is people are lying to you constantly, and you have to try to determine who's being truthful, who's being deceitful. That's the whole game. And so now she personally doesn't like the guy because he lied to her, even though he was selected as a traitor, and the traitors must lie to you. That is the whole game.
I like him.
Good.
He's the one who pretty much killed me.
See, you're such a good person.
No, do you know what I did to people on Survivor? I hurt a lot of people. In order for you to win, somebody has to lose. It's the game. What do you think about Carolyn?
If I figure her out,
Yeah.
I think people are gonna figure it out.
No. My money's on Carolyn.
So that means I'm really good in this game.
Yes. That's very tough to figure Carolyn out. So
I did.
Anybody figures Carolyn
Oh,
out.
I
They're
did.
geniuses. So
Yes,
you're a genius.
I did. This game has made me realize I'm smart. Thank you. Not just a beauty.
Danielle.
She has a nice ass.
Nice
For
what?
her age. Nice ass. Like super. Like up there for a 52-year-old.
He's like, yeah, but I'm talking about, is she a good player of this game? Thank you very much.
Woman, like, I want.
What do you think about the game that he has? The gameplay. Like, what do you think?
I mean, her ass made me think she wasn't a traitor. So I think
So sad.
She's
She's
playing
not the
it good.
game.
She's not. She's a little bit over emotional with things that she shouldn't have to be.
that's how she got me to believe she wasn't a traitor.
Yeah, but when you see it every day, it becomes like, oh my God, it's compounds, you know? How about Rob?
I know nothing about Rob. He looks like dangerous. All I've heard is a good player. He's gonna win.
But that's the problem. He's a good player, and people know that, and the reputation that got me out
It's gonna get
is
him
probably
out.
gonna get him out. I really want the Faithfuls to win.
Yeah.
I want Jeremy to crush it.
Like, I want Britney to win because of her story.
Yeah.
And I want Dylan, of course, to win. Like, I really want the Faithfuls to
Yeah,
win.
me too.
What pisses me off?
I think everybody kind of always initially does, unless there's a really entertaining traitor. If you're somebody like Rob, or Tony even for that matter, and you come into this game already with this preconceived notion among many of the players that you are a cutthroat gamer and you're here to just demolish people and do bad things, I think you need to set up kind of early on a narrative that, yes, in Survivor or Big Brother or The Challenger, whatever game you might have come from, I am known for doing these very nefarious things in service of my own victory and the demise of others. I am known for that. But this show offers a unique opportunity. If you're a faithful, you don't have to do those things. In Survivor, for anyone to win, you're going to have to step on somebody's toes along the way. And some people do it more than others. But in Traitors, you don't have to do that to win. And that's what appeals to me as somebody who has had to do the dark deeds in order to win Survivor or Big Brother or whatever. I'm looking forward to coming here as a faithful and doing the right thing to win the game instead of having to step on a toe or stab somebody in the back or whatever. I think you have to set up a little bit of that narrative early on in your strategy as a traitor, especially if you come from a Survivor or Big Brother or any of the gamer show backgrounds.
Is I didn't get a chance to stand there as fabulous and grand as I am and be like, you think you can kill me?
They killed you. So you.
Wow. These are great. I'm so happy that they're doing these little videos. I will be covering all of these right here on Game of Roses. Please join me for each one of them, as we're going to get now one episode a week of this Traitors Season 3. So far, it's off to a fantastic start. I can't wait to see how far Gabby Windy gets. And again, if you want to join me and watch every episode of the Traitors and get kind of exclusive breakdown of all the plays as I see them happening, please join us at patreon.com/Game of Roses for literally every one of these episodes, as well as, by the way, every episode of Special Forces World's Toughest Test. And I'm also doing Beast Games right now, and I'm going to be doing Love is Blind Season 8 starting February 14th. Thanks for joining me.